Hi Capricorn, welcome to your weekly check-in for the 15th to the 21st of October. Within this weekly check-in, we're going to be paying attention to Pluto having gone direct in Capricorn on Wednesday, the 11th of October. So Pluto, it rules Scorpio, and we often associate both with transformation, regeneration, rebirth, power, evolution. It can be associated with sex as well. Capricorn, your sign, it's often connected to how we use material, physical resources, structure, tradition, hierarchy, commitments, and discipline as well. So collectively, for everyone, we may be seeing a lot of transformations in terms of structures and traditions, how we use material resources, what we commit to, where we're disciplined. Capricorns, collectively, it's happening in your first house, which is, it's about identity. It's Aries, and Aries is the first house, so it's identity, image, independence, amongst other things. If you want to get more specific, then you'll need to look at your own birth chart and see where this is happening. I mean, I know for me as a Libra, the collective side of it is relevant to me, like it's happening, and with my specific birth chart, it's all relevant as well. So it's just all pieces of the puzzle, isn't it, really? So for Capricorn, as I said, it's happening in your first house, so you may be having or going through transformations in terms of your identity, image, and independence. And yeah, I probably shouldn't bring it up because I don't want to prejudge the reading, but you've had the Tower quite a lot in your readings, and the Tower is, it's tearing down old structures, isn't it? And yeah, if you've seen any of the previous Capricorn readings for the past month or two, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Your monthly reading is up, so you've had big readings. I mean, I found a lot of them quite inspiring, to be honest, but it's not an easy path. But anyway, let's get into your reading. So the books here are from the Oracle decks I'm going to be using for today's reading. Let's get on with your weekly check-in, and we will, as I said, we'll bear in mind Pluto going direct in your sign. I mean, in theory, it would probably affect you guys the most, but we'll see what comes out. So let's start with the tarot first of all, and see what your main focal point is for this weekly check-in. So what does Capricorn need to know? What does Capricorn need to know for the 15th to the 21st of October, bearing in mind Pluto, if I can actually shuffle the deck, going direct in Capricorn? You have the King of Pentacles. So, I mean, I know this is Taurus, but it can... yeah, it's an earth sign, isn't it? You're an earth sign, it's an earth sign as well. So you've got the King of Pentacles as your main energy. So bearing in mind the previous readings where the Tower, as I said, came up a lot. That's where something gets torn down, blown up, ripped apart, old foundations gone. The King of Pentacles builds. So depending on what other cards come out, this is good so far, because if something's been torn down, then you want to build something new, don't you? So let's see what your specific energy is within this. You have, okay, the Nine of Swords. That is some anxiety, but you know what? That's normal. Anything where there's a massive change, if you can get through it without feeling any level of anxiety or stress, then are you human? So maybe some people can, but I think for most of us, yeah, big changes, it's tough. It's really tough. Even if it's changes that you want, it's still tough, isn't it? Let's look at any surrounding or external energies that are impacting or influencing things. I'm getting a bit of regret from that Nine of Swords. Oops, shit. Bit of regret from that Nine of Swords, Capricorn. Yeah, there's a bit of regret there. Try again. Let's see. So external energies. Okay, we've got the, wow, Nine of Wands and Four of Pentacles. That's a very, very protective energy. That is mega protective. And it's making me feel anxious. I'm not going to lie, like my heart is kind of pounding right now. So that may be you or something, a feeling around you. Yeah. Okay, let's see what your guidance is for this. So, yeah, try that again. I don't know about that. Yeah, that Four of Pentacles and Nine of Wands combination has really made me feel a bit stressed, to be honest. And I mean, again, if you've been through a massive change, you would be kind of protective of yourself as well. But let's see what the advice is. Right, so, okay. I am going to take it in reverse. You've got Judgment in reverse with Temperance. So Temperance is where you restore balance and harmony. Judgment is, it can often be seen as a second chance. For me, sometimes it's about answering a call. Here, it looks like it can be about, am I right? It can be about rebirth as well. Well, this one looks like a rebirth, that's for sure. We'll see what comes out with the clarifiers with that, because that is your advice. So we'll see what comes out for it. Let's get you some oracle cards. We'll start off with the vampires and see what's going on. So the oracle cards will give us like an overview or any extra information that we need for this. Okay. Anything else that Capricorn needs to know? And I feel I keep sitting at a really weird angle that isn't comfortable for me to shuffle, but I'm like trying to shuffle, avoid hitting the tripod, avoid the cards flying into the candle. I actually used to record, when I first started the channel, I recorded the video sitting down on the floor because I'm like one of these people that likes to be barefoot, sitting on the floor, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I chose to then use a desk, but I was actually more comfortable on the floor, if I'm going to be honest with you. Anything want to come out for Capricorn? Nope. Doesn't feel like it wants to come out. So with the Four of Pentacles, that is often known as stuck energy. Okay, there we go. We have reason, listen to advice, think clearly, intellect. That may come in. If there's any anxiety there, it's like a pep talk, isn't it, in a way? Whether you need that from yourself or someone else. And you also have primal, connecting deep within, sacred dance instinct. That's kind of speaks to me of being grounded. I may have actually I'm going to put these like this because I've got another card that I want to get you. Let me just have a quick look at, not the whole thing in the book, but just the like there's a divination message, a short divination message that comes with it. So, okay, so the blessing of this card. Right, yeah. It says, your body loves movement and is asking you to experience the primal joy of dancing freely, wildly, and with every cell in your body alight with joy. So for me, although it speaks of dancing, for me, it's not always literal dancing. It's that cheesy saying about dancing to the beat of your own drum, about freedom and liberation. That's what it means for me, dancing to the beat of your own drum. The curse, you may feel, the curse of the message, you may feel self-conscious when moving or dancing and feel as though you are observing yourself from the outside in. Watching and judging yourself, time to let this go and feel the music in your body. Working with this card, it says there is a beautiful, untamed part of your soul. Let it stay free and find expression in the world through dance. I mean, it could literally be dance. Maybe you do enjoy dancing or you need to. But as I say, for me, it's more that dancing to the beat of your own drum, being yourself. And as I said, with the Pluto going direct in your first house, Capricorn, as a collective. And as I said, if you want to get more specific, then look at your own birth chart. For collectively for Capricorns, it's in terms of identity and image, isn't it, and independence. So is there something about your image where you're not 100% being yourself, or you're discovering part of your image or something? Maybe a need for some sort of freedom or liberation there, possibly. Let's get you a sacred power card as well. Okay. Anything else for Capricorn? I cannot shuffle for the life of me today, Capricorn. It's ridiculous. Yes. Okay, we have rest. So that temperance card might be referring to rest, and I will get you, I don't know why I feel like I need to get you one more. But yeah, temperance, if you are going through some sort of transformation, rebirth, whatever, there may be an element of self-care needed in there as part of your advice before you can start building again, or to help you. Anything else? Nope. I actually really think I would like to go back to sitting on the floor to do these readings, but it does look better on a desk and it is easier for me to actually view the cards. It's just the shuffling part. I feel more comfortable sitting on the floor shuffling than on sitting on a chair. Right, you get a couple more. So yeah, soul journey, that would have some involvement with your identity, because that can be associated with awakenings, and what was I going to say, soul searching. You've got retreat as well, so again, rest, retreat, very similar. If you've got interference from other people and you just need a bit of peace to figure things out for yourself, that may be where that comes in. Okay, let me just have a really quick look at the soul journey card and see if there's any key thing that I need to pick out of that. It just says, this is a life lesson. Learn from this experience. And there's a little prayer here. Okay, so it talks about difficult circumstances and a life lesson being experienced and trying to either course correct or get through it. And I've talked, as I say, I've talked for ages for you about transformation, possibly even awakening. And it's got a prayer here that says, through the light of God, I ask for my will to be recognized by the highest order, guiding me upon my life's journey. That's dancing to the beat of your own drum. Your will is what you want. It's who you want to be, isn't it? It is, or can be, connected with your identity and who you are, the choices you make. So let's get into clarifying these cards for you. So I've got the King of Pentacles, which is your main focal point. So there could be a thing about building stability here. Is it that you want to build more stability? We've got the King of Swords. Are you wanting to build something more stable? Is that part of your image? Do you feel that success, financial success and abundance and material wealth are part of your identity? Let's see what else here. You've got, so King of Swords, wow, King of Swords, Ace of Swords. That's definitely something to do with your, well, not definitely, it's probably something to do with your beliefs. And what you stand for is what I'm getting with that. But let's see what else comes out. Soul journey, you've got the Hermit. So maybe there's something where you are discovering what you stand for and your beliefs and how you can use that to build this, whatever it is that you want to build. Anything else? Or maybe it's about integrating. I know with Capricorn, obviously, we always talk about Capricorn being associated with career and image and status and stuff. Maybe it's about incorporating or integrating your identity with your with your career, with your status, in a way that you haven't already done so. Because maybe you are already successful, but as I say, maybe there's something within your identity that needs to come into that more. Anything else? Maybe it's about building your identity in general. Let's see, you've got the Lovers. Okay. Right, so I'm going to be repeating myself from something that I keep saying in a lot of your readings, Capricorn, which may piss you off, but there's a lot that keeps on coming into the readings about heart-based choices. And that doesn't mean that you don't have a heart. Of course you do, you're human. It just means when you make decisions, are they practical? Are they logical? Is there a balance? Do you allow the emotions to come in as well? Or is it all practical and logical? Because we need all of them. We need harmony between emotions, logic and practicality when making decisions, and not in equal amounts either. I can't remember if it was you I said this to last time, but it's like a recipe, isn't it, of how much of each of those elements of emotion, practicality and logic we need for each individual situation. I'll get one more, and I may sub-clarify stuff as well. Let's get one more. And the reason I ask about the emotions is because you've got the Lovers there, which is often about choosing what you love. It's in reverse. And you've got the Ace of Cups, which is what fulfills you, and it's your cup, and that's in reverse as well. But then we've got the King of Swords and Ace of Swords. Very much two cards of logic, thought, beliefs, with the Hermit in between. So are you going on a soul journey to balance these things out? And that will help you build the life that you want to build. Yeah, let's get one more. So you have, balance. Okay, yeah, that's what that means then. I mean, you've literally got two cards of logic and two cards of emotion, and then you've got the Two of Pentacles. Okay, let's get one for the Hermit. Let's get a sub-clarifier for the Hermit. Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords can be about two truths. It can be about trusting your intuition or needing to trust your intuition. Anything else? We have the Queen of Pentacles. She's about values and worth, her worth, what she finds worthwhile, what she finds valuable. Maybe there's a lot going on there that you're thinking about, those kind of things. You got that primal card, didn't you? Connecting with those things, because it talks about connecting deep within, which would be a Hermit type energy of connecting deep within. And I'd say emotions need to come into it again. And I'll keep saying it, but yeah. And as I said, it's not that you are emotionless at all. It's just using it in certain situations in life. I mean, how do we don't know. You do, maybe you are someone who, you have a family and you're very warm, loving, whatever with your family. But in other situations, it's all, the emotions are taken out of it, and maybe it does need to go more into it. Like, say, business, for example. Maybe you are highly logical and practical when it comes to business, but maybe there is something where you need to go off your feelings a little bit more, whether it's gut feelings or it is literally choosing what you love. Are you someone who chooses jobs based on the practicality of things, or do you try to choose things that you will love as well? And I know it's hard sometimes. If you got to make money, haven't you? You got to survive. But is that something you always do, where it's always practical and you never choose something that you love? Okay, I'll leave that there. So I was actually going to get one for, I'll get one for the King of Swords. Initially, I was going to get one for the King of Swords. I feel like your beliefs may be changing, or there's some sort of soul searching going on here still, because it's as I said before in the previous reading, it's like a Netflix series with this theme. It's not ongoing theme. So King of Swords, please, sub-clarifier for the King of Swords. Right, 10 of Swords and 4 of Swords. Wow, all swords. And 4 of Swords to me can often be, it can be about deep in thought, deep contemplation. And with the 10 of Swords, it is suggesting that some sort of way of thinking is changing. Ace of Swords for me, I've said it about 50 times, that can be an epiphany, probably more so when it's with a card like the Tower. But there may be some changes in the way that you are thinking about things, or in how you plan things. Let's get one more for that King of Swords. Oh my Lord, Queen of Swords. I was going to say the swords on the bottom, but it's Judgment. But that's a second chance, isn't it? It's an opportunity to review things and do it again, do it differently. So yeah, you could potentially be reviewing your beliefs and how that affects how you build your life. Okay, let's put these back and move on from that, because I feel like I've been talking about that King of Pentacles for ages and ages now. All right. So your energy specifically, as I said, 9 of Swords, it gave me, I mean, I'm still feeling anxiety looking at that 4 of Pentacles and 9 of Wands, to be honest, more so than even the card that is a card of anxiety, 9 of Swords. But that's your energy at present. That's how you're handling things. So it's stress. I said there looked like a bit of regret there as well, but let's see what clarifies that. So 9 of Swords. Regret is normal if you're changing things as well, isn't it? especially if it's something that you've that's been a part of your life for a very, very, very long time. If you've had to let go of that or move on from that or even set boundaries or something simple, it can, yeah, it can be stressful. So let's continue. Nine of Swords. That King of Swords could also indicate a need to communicate. If you've changed the way you think, or there are certain beliefs that you really feel strongly about, and they will impact how you build your life or whatever you are trying to create. It may be telling you to not be afraid to speak out on that and stand up for it as well. That just came to me. Right, so Nine of Swords, we have Temperance. Feels a little bit like self-care again with the Empress, because she's very nurturing. So far what I'm getting, if you are feeling anxious, because this is kind of how you're handling, it looks like this is how you're handling things, there is a need for self-care to kind of get things into balance. But let's see what else comes up, if there's anything else we can take from that. Yeah. The King of Cups. Justice. Okay. I'm going to get one just for the King of Cups, actually. I was going to say, but because I always say it, I thought, let me get a card just to clarify. I often say when the King of Cups comes up, and the Queen sometimes, depending on what else comes with it, is trusting how you feel. Needing to trust how you feel, honouring your emotions as well. I would say the honouring part comes with the Justice card, because that's what is fair and balanced for you. Let's get some more for that King of Cups, please. Courage is the first thought that comes up. This, I'm sure to God, the last reading I did, Eight of Cups and Strength. Yeah, they did the Eight of Cups and Strength. Came up together as well, like literally clarifying, sub-clarifying another card. So as I've said before, you know, the readings, the Eight of Cups, it is about moving on emotionally from something and going towards the ninth cup, which is the pleasure, satisfaction. It's whatever you're wishing for. But with this big moon here, she's facing the unknown. And if you are facing the unknown, if you are starting to trust in your feelings about something, it takes courage, doesn't it? I will get something else for that. King of Pentacles again. Yeah, so it sort of feels like trusting in how you feel or whatever it is that your heart wants. Even if you are facing the unknown, trust in that and have the confidence to allow that to help you build whatever it is you're trying to build. Let's get one more. And I don't know why I feel like I need to say you have enough or you are enough as well. That came to mind. So you've got the High Priestess. Again, that's about trusting your intuition, isn't it? Maybe more so trusting your intuition than what you can see in front of you practically, because this King of Pentacles, he's literally looking... Just a minute, I can't see anything. He's literally looking at his treasures, isn't he? His wealth. The High Priestess, she isn't looking at anything. She has her eyes closed. She's doing some sort of ritual and she's trusting what she knows. So yeah, maybe needing to trust on how you feel and your intuition and your gut feelings and whatever, more so than what you can see in front of you physically. And that doesn't mean it's not sort of a push to be irresponsible and not think, you know, not to care about what's going on in front of you. But in certain situations, facing the unknown, isn't it? If you made a decision to leave something behind and you're having regrets now and it doesn't look like it was the best decision, how do you feel about it? Do you feel it was the right decision, or are you fearful because of how things look on the outside? Because if you feel it was the right decision, then it's I wouldn't imagine a Capricorn making a big decision without thinking about it for a very long time. I mean, it's not impossible, but you are committed, known to be committed and disciplined. So if you've made a big decision and you've left something behind, I imagine that you've really thought it over. I mean, even me as a Libra, I can probably be known as a bit probably more impulsive than a Capricorn would be, and I think things over. Like, I'll be in a situation that is shit for ages, mulling over if it's the right decision to leave. But when I do leave it, it's like yep, I've thought about it long and hard. I've given it 1,000%. I know that's not a real number. I've given it 1,000%. I've given it all I can, and I can say 100% it was the right decision to leave it and let it go, because I know I've stuck with it so long, and thought about it for so long, thought about leaving it for so long. Okay, let me get one for the Empress as well. So 5 of Cups, yeah, it's a need to self-nurture, where you may be feeling like shit, basically. Yeah, nurture yourself and honor your emotions and trust how you feel. Okay, I will leave that there. Let's put these back. So we're going to look at any external energies, which is very interesting now. Well, probably not interesting for you if you're feeling a particular way, but let's see what the energy is. So we've got 9 of, it's, as I say, it's very protective. I mean, the 4 of Pentacles is protective of their assets, aren't they? And they have a lot, a sufficient amount, whatever it is, and they're very protective of it. They don't want to move, they don't want to do anything with it. And then the 9 of Wands is like physically protecting themselves as well. Is there a specific person you're needing to protect yourself against? That's come to mind. There could be, I mean, did we get justice somewhere? I think we got justice somewhere. There could potentially be a situation where there are legal, yeah, we got the King of Swords. He can be associated with legal matters, where there are legal matters involving money or physical matters going on. But that is a very, I am getting some examples in my head, and I don't know why I don't really want to say them, but yeah, it's feeling really okay, so I might as well say them instead of keeping it to myself. I am getting thoughts about if anyone's experienced domestic abuse or anything like that, or financial abuse. Domestic isn't just about beating, that sounds awful, doesn't it? About hitting people physically. There's a lot of elements to it, to abuse, and yeah, as I say, it can be financial, it can be mental. There is more of a physical side to it here, though. Yeah. Okay, let's clarify the 9 of Wands and 4 of Pentacles. So we've got the World. Right, so what I'm getting straight away is that whatever you are potentially holding on to and feeling protective, whatever you're protecting or holding on to, and obviously only you will know exactly what this means for you, you're going to have to let go. Yeah, you're going to have to let go. Maybe you literally are being restricted, imprisoned. Did this come up in one of Capricorn's reading where I said it looks like someone's in prison? It could have been a different sign, actually. But wherever you are feeling trapped, there's a need to let go or be freed in some way. I mean, maybe you can't free yourself. Maybe that's the problem, is that you are trapped and you can't free yourself. The World and the Sun, I think I said it in the previous batch of readings, the World felt a lot like freedom in a lot of the readings, and the Sun feels like freedom to me as well. Even the Chariot feels like freedom here for some strange reason. Let's get more on that. I mean, so the World in general, try that. Okay, you've got the 7 of Wands, but I'm going to put it back. The World in general for me is new, going into new cycles. The Sun can be potential, it can also be happiness. But something has to be let go of, or you need to be freed from something to move into the new cycles and for potential to be free. I'm just getting liberation big time on that. But anything else? Maybe that's what the retreat card is about. Yeah, maybe that's what that is about. I've just thought as well, looking back to that reason card, listen to advice. The King of Swords can be an advisor. So if this is not you, then maybe you need advice from someone else on whatever you're trying to build. And maybe even if you're feeling trapped by something, or you are literally trapped by something, maybe advice on how to get out of that too. Anything else? But yeah, retreat is where you escape, isn't it? So you've got the Star. That is a beautiful group of cards to have together, strangely, with 2 cards of restriction. I mean, for me, the Star, you could potentially class that as freedom as well. Well, I could. Because it's hope, isn't it? And hope is freeing in some sort of way. Anything else? I did say when the Chariot was on the bottom of the deck, that feels like freedom too. It's, yeah. Anything else? Right, Two of Swords. So that is potentially what is restricting you. And that would be, you've got two truths there. Let's clarify, sub-clarify the Two of Swords on its own. So Three of Cups, the card of support that I keep talking about. Seven, okay, so you may feel like, I said it before, didn't I? I think I said it with you. It might have been the previous reading actually, where I said it feels like there's a lack of support because you've got Three of Cups there. So that could potentially, the two truths could be a desire for support, but with the Seven of Cups, it's often about dreams, like things that you aspire to, like, you know, when you're a kid and you want to, you have all sorts of dreams about what you're going to grow up to become. It can be options, and I'm not talking about people because I think if you've watched any of my other readings, you'll know that I hate referring to people as options. I think, no, you don't refer to human beings as options. They're opportunities, or they present opportunities. People aren't options. But with it in reverse, it's like there are no options. Let's get another one for that. Death and the Fool. So Fool for me is freedom. The Death card, I mean, obviously that's when something's over and there's a new beginning. But yeah, you may, again, it's the same thing that you keep getting about a lack of support. Maybe it's just simply that you want to be free, you want to be liberated, you want to change, you want this rebirth, but you feel like there are a lack of options in terms of making the change, of getting things to change. Let's clarify that World card, and bearing in mind we are still paying attention to the Pluto going direct, so again, identity, image, independence. I keep talking about liberation, don't I? Maybe independence is an element here as well, since I keep bringing liberation up constantly. The World. So the Queen of Pentacles, that's a card of values again. Okay, Knight of Swords, that's your truth. So you will need those to go into the new cycle. You need to know your values, and you need to know what your truth is and be willing to speak it as well, and to nurture what you value, because the Queen of Pentacles is nurturing, isn't she? I mean, I would say yourself first and foremost in terms of nurturing, which that came up with the Empress previously. The King of Wands for me, I mean, he is liberated, isn't he? He does whatever the hell he wants. He's got determination, he's got will, the will to change things, to free himself, to go into a new cycle. Let's just get one more after that, because that support thing is playing on my mind about potentially not having support to do it. We get the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so if you are moving on from something, you may be just in the beginning stages, but you may not know, because the Eight of Cups, again, it's about the unknown. You may not know if you're going to have the support you need, or if it's going to work, if you're going to find people that you can work with, cooperate with, collaborate with. So that's that surrounding energy. There's a sense of feeling stuck and trapped and holding on, and you need to get liberated. Whether it's that you can do it for yourself, or you need help to do it because you genuinely are really, you can't see a way out. Okay. So let's look at your advice. You have Temperance and Judgment. I'm just putting all the cards back in the deck, but in different places. I try not to put them back in the same place because I don't want them coming out together as they did before. Right, so Temperance and Judgment as your advice. The first thing that's coming to mind with the Judgment card being in reverse is don't hold back. And then you get a card of generosity, Six of Pentacles. But I meant more in the sense of don't hold back from change, if things need to change, if you need to give yourself a second chance to do something or try something. I mean, there's no rush. You've got Temperance. It's a card of moderation, isn't it? Can be about patience, can be about harmony. The Six of Pentacles can be about harmony as well, can't it? But yeah, don't hold back is what's there. If there's something you want to do and give it a second chance and you've been thinking about it, then all you can do is try, can't you? Don't be afraid to give with that Six of Pentacles, but in the right place. And receive too, I would say, because there was a suggestion of needing support and help. Don't be afraid to ask. Maybe that's what you need if you're trying to create a second chance. If you're trying to build, maybe you need help. I mean, I know we talk about the King of Pentacles being a self-made man, but did he literally do every single thing by himself, or did he have some sort of assistance with certain things to build? I'd say he has assistance. He can't literally do everything on his own. So if he had a business, he'd have to have employees, he'd have to have an accountant, a lawyer. I mean, yeah, he could probably take on all those roles, but he's going to need help somewhere along the line, even if he's self-made. Okay, I will clarify Five of Swords on its own after I see what else comes out, if it needs it. Sometimes that Five of Swords can be self-sabotage. That's the first thought that's come into mind. But as I say, I will clarify that on its own. We've got the Wheel. This may be, if it's self-sabotage, that's a resistance to help and support, that is. And that would need to change. The Wheel of Fortune is about change, and that can help to change how things turn out for you, your destiny, your fortune, whatever you want to call it. We've got the Magician. So the Magician has confidence. It's a card of mastery. It's a card of using all the tools that you have available. And maybe the tools, part of the tools are assistance from other people as well to help empower you. Anything else? Knight of Pentacles. For me, is this commitment and taking. So commitment to whatever path or journey, soul journey you're on. Commitment to that, I would say. If that, I mean, that could, part of your soul path or soul journey could be building something independently, physically. I mean, even if you do things independently, we still need some degree of help and support, don't we? We can't literally, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but we can't literally do everything by ourselves, even if we are independent. The independence just means that we are not relying on one particular person or one particular source of to get things done. Let's get one more after that. Two of Wands. So that's about choosing your path. Okay, so choosing your path and committing to it and being confident that you have the skills, the ability, and you can get the assistance you need to follow through and do that. If you're trying to do something again, if you've reviewed the past and you want to do something again, or if you just want a new opportunity, yeah. Let's get something for the Five of Swords. Support. I'm gonna get one more clarifier, but I have a feeling that oh yeah. So you may have and this theme has come up for you a lot, I think, as well, where you feel that you asked for or you got support in the past, something went wrong there and it wasn't what you thought. Like maybe somebody pretended or people pretended to be supportive of you, but they weren't. And you may now be afraid to ask for support, possibly. Let's get one more, but that's come up quite often for you, Capricorn. Yeah, where you've tried to build or to follow your dreams or something in the past, there is a card of stability here. You may have been disappointed by others who were involved in the past, but again, it still could be about self-sabotage now that because of those experiences, you're resistant to trying to get assistance from anyone. Okay, so as I say, your advice is don't be afraid to give, don't be afraid to ask for help. To help you build your confidence and to help you follow the path, that whatever path it is that you've chosen or you're choosing to follow now. Let's get you a final oracle card from the Oracle of Shadows and Light. terms of that support, I mean, I understand if you've been through situations in the past where people have taken advantage of you or they haven't genuinely been supportive, but trust that you can use your discernment to figure out if they're a piece of shit or not. Yeah, there's no guarantees, but you have to learn to trust yourself again at some point. So let's get you a final oracle card if I can manage to shuffle, try and get myself comfortable. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, they kind of fell out in it. Oh, God, you've got about 4 or 5 of them. I have been reading these from the book. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that with you now. So, oh, no, you haven't. You've only got 2. Oh, wow. Okay. Right, so we've got Voodoo in Blue, back off. And I may, because you've got 2 of them, I may not read the whole thing. You also have Poe, Time for Change, to learn something new, to use technology and gadgets with wisdom. So back off. That's that protective 9 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles energy already. And I think I'll definitely have to read most of that message. Time for change. I mean, we've been talking about change throughout this whole reading. In terms of technology, gadgets and with wisdom, using learning something new to use technology and gadgets for wisdom. I mean, change is here anyway, but let's see what's in the book. So let's look at that back off card. That's come up for me quite a few times in the past. So let's see, we have... Okay, so I will read this whole message just because you've got some protective stuff going on here and that 5 of Swords and that, so it might be relevant. It says, Voodoo in Blue, the message is back off. This fairy is letting you know that it's time to back off from a person or situation that is not in your best interest, and that you may need to be brave and stop being so welcoming of what you actually do not want. So, this blue fairy waving her voodoo doll is letting you know very clearly that you now must tell someone to take a step back. You know you have been overriding your instincts with what seems rational, with misguided desire to help and befriend someone who may not be particularly good for you. Voodoo in Blue doesn't mind if she looks a bit nasty when she gives the back off message. She'd rather she was loud and clear and that the person pushing her buttons leaves quickly, so she wants you to start trusting your instincts, to start valuing being honest above being nice. You do feel like you need to stay away from someone and to tell that person clearly to stay away from you. And Voodoo in Blue stepping forward to speak with you confirms that your hunches have been ever so right. You are doing so well right now that you may begin to attract some attention from people who are quite simply opportunistic. And you are being kind and wishing to help, and so I am going to step in and give you a very clear warning. I don't mind if I look like the bad guy. What matters is that you get the message. Time to do a little stay away magic, and while I won't be sending them bad thoughts, after all, there are no pins in my voodoo doll. You, if you take my advice, won't be asking them to come around for tea anytime soon. Your feelings are right on this one. You know what to do. Don't get involved and don't get bullied. You may have to snarl too a little to get them to stay away. The divination message says you need someone to back right off and give you space. You are not liking them, you are not welcoming them, and you need to be very clear and straight about that. Despite all your desires to be a loving and lovely person, detach from whatever it is that's giving you so much, well, grief by asking whatever and whoever it is that is irritating you, draining you, or pushing your buttons to leave you be for the moment. Be respectful and kind, yet cool at first. But if good intentions are mistaken for a new invitation, be very clear and say, away. Stop being so nice that you send very mixed messages. It's banishing time. Yeah, I've got a title for your video. It's going to be about backing off. Yeah, I feel like something similar came out in your last reading as well, actually. Let's quickly look at this poll message. I don't believe I'm going to read all of that because it doesn't feel necessary. I may just read the divination message. Yeah, this one's, I don't feel it's necessary to read the whole thing. I will read the divination message because for someone out there, if you are building something, as I say, you might be an entrepreneur. I mean, we've got stuff about independence here, identity, image. King of Swords is a businessman, isn't he? So somebody may need this. So the divination message says, we are moving from an industrial world to a post-industrial world where the nature of time, the way in which we interact with nature, and the way we live with the technology we have created will shape us all. So today, think of what your relationship with technology is. Is it scared? Is it sacred? Sorry, not scared. Are there sacred purposes to which this new tool can be put? If you feel intimidated by technology, choose one area about which you would like to learn. You may wish to be more disciplined about your time spent online, and you may notice you have a talent for technology, for developing communication tools that link people and help us all develop communities for the highest good of all. You did get King of Swords and a lot of swords about communication, didn't you? You may soon become very adept at setting up websites or finding you love dabbling in web design, writing software, creating digital art, or posting movies you've made. You may wish to upload performances on the internet to introduce a wider audience to your skills and talents. You may also notice how people today have come to use the internet as a weapon to bully and harm others, and choose never to use technology in this way. You may have a gift for concept development and have brilliant ideas for new technologies for the future. Whatever it is the right time to truly work with technology in ways that will assist not only you, but many other beings too. I don't know why, when I read some of that message, it's just made me think, because you've got the whole back off thing, 9 of Wands, protective, etc. If somebody's being harassed digitally, whether it's someone constantly phoning you, emailing you, some kind of maybe cyberbullying, but more like harassment digitally, on social media, online, whatever. I don't know, but you may need to get assistance to deal with that. I mean, that could be a legal issue, couldn't it, if you're being harassed online somehow. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, and this reading is a lot longer than I planned it to be. I'm just not a short, I can't do things short and sweet, to be honest with you. It is what it is. Right, so thank you for watching the video, Capricorn. Please feel free to leave your comments, feel free to like the video, share it if you want to share it, and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to subscribe to the channel. But until the next video, take care.